You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we're going to talk a little bit more, dive in a little bit more to this collusion situation that got the curtain pulled back on it yesterday and revealed. A lot of things came out of that. I actually did 2 videos on that yesterday because it's one of the bigger stories that's come out in the NFL in a very long time from a league-wide perspective. And I did a video yesterday afternoon where Michael Bidwell, the Arizona Cardinals owner, and Dean Spanos, the Chargers owner, had a back-and-forth conversation between the two regarding Kyler Murray's contract and Justin Herbert's contract. All right? And there was even a massive slam in there from Michael Bidwell against the Cleveland Browns for having given Deshaun Watson the fully guaranteed contract to begin with. Well, now is going to be interesting because there's officially multiple players exploring options, and the question becomes, is there going to be any quarterbacks, and is Justin Herbert one of them? I mean, now that went public, that's going to get interesting and could get ugly, actually. After the NFL and the NFL Players Association, I still can't get over that. I still can't get over the fact the Players Union hid this 61-page ruling. Why would the players... I understand why the NFL wanted it hidden. But why would the advocate for the players have hid this? You would have thought they would have wanted this to come out like a smoking gun. It's weird to me. Managed to hide 61-page ruling in a landmark collusion arbitration for more than 5 months. The cat is out of the bag, and some players are paying attention. Multiple individuals who routinely interact with players tell PFT, that sounds like agents, that multiple players have begun to inquire regarding their rights and regarding their options both as to the league and as to the union. The union could end up having a situation on its hand. The players are going to be like, wait a minute, are you our advocate or not? Are you on our behalf or not? As one source with knowledge of the collusion grievance told PFT, Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert would be the perfect plaintiff against either entity, so he could go after the NFL or the Players Union. The exchange between Chargers owner Dean Spanos and Cardinals owner Michael Bidwell shows coordination, aka collusion, between two owners regarding the contracts given to Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert and Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray. The threshold question becomes whether Herbert is within the additional 594 veteran players for whom damages were sought in a collusion grievance. Beyond Murray, Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, Broncos quarterback Russell Wilson. At the time, Russell Wilson was on the Broncos, and that was that big contract. There's the still hidden list of 594 names that was attached as an exhibit to the 61-page ruling. The league would argue as to those players, the issue has been concluded. Of course, Of course the league's going to be like, nothing to see here, please move along. Of course they're going to say that. Guys, we've always wondered about the one smoking gun on Roger Goodell. I mean, sometimes this stuff starts as just one story on one day, and then it turns into something completely different and much larger. The counter would be that the discovery was only taken as to only 3 quarterbacks. From Herbert's perspective, there could be a treasure trove of communication within the Chargers organization regarding whether Herbert will or did want a fully guaranteed deal, beginning in the immediate aftermath of Deshaun Watson's fully guaranteed contract. So, in other words, a lot of it will be determined that did he really want a fully guaranteed contract like Watson got? If he did, then he may be inclined to start some shit here. All right. The other 593 players, if Herbert's name is on the list, could make the same argument. Woo-wee, this could get ugly. Ugly. They would ask, essentially, how did my rights get caught up in and extinguished by a 3-quarterback collusion case? Wow. We have went from Deshaun Watson and the inapproval for a guaranteed contract by the league to 3 quarterbacks in the collusion. Oh, this could get. Can you imagine if every quarterback in the league that's gotten a contract extension since? I don't know how that would work. I don't. Extinguished by the 3-quarterback collusion case when I never had a chance to prove that in a clear effort to encourage collusion resulted in a specific effort by a team to restrict guarantees in my deal. The union faces a difficult problem. The claim by specific members of the NFLPA would fall under the federal duty of fair representation, and there would be at least 2 different potential avenues. For the 595 players whose rights were tied up in and extinguished by the existing case, they would, or at least could, argue that the union failed to properly develop and investigate their grievances by simply lumping them in with 3 claimants without fully investigating the claims. I think one could definitely say that. I don't think there's any confusion there. For all anyone else knows, there are internal smoking gun texts or emails as to any or some or all of the 594 players that would say, for example, I know player X wants a fully guaranteed contract, but management council told us to limit the guarantees. We need to comply. Woo-wee. This could get very, very ugly. Very ugly. Wow. Wow. What if we find out there's 93 players where a conversation like that took place? That could get. They'd end up doing some kind of settlement, but you get my point. For the players not within the group of 594 who were added, presumably unbeknownst to them to the case, there's a different issue because the union hid the outcome from them for more than 5 months. Their 50-day window under the CBA for filing a non-injury grievance based on key findings of the collusion case has expired. Oh. All right, that's a good place to end this on, or at least that part. So now there's an issue of, well, did the ruling and the specifics from the ruling get hidden in order to get past that 50-day mark? So everybody involved could be like, there's nothing to see here. Please move along. You missed your 50-day window to file a grievance. Wow. Wow. I got to tell you, the plot is thickening. And I don't think these guys ought to get guaranteed contracts. I don't. I think just because of how dangerous the nature of the game and this and that and the other, there's too much risk to wreck a franchise. All right? Especially a quarterback, blah, blah, blah. There are these insurance policies like the Browns took. I get it. But, that contract, that whole thing was a wreck anyway because Deshaun Watson couldn't play. He couldn't play dead. He couldn't play massage. I guess he did play that. Oh, God, I'm terrible. Anyway, the point is, you've got a hell of a lot of players that could, in theory, band together on this thing and try to go after the league and also try to bleep their own union because their union looked like it bleeped them to tears. The players' union looked like they partially fucked the players. In cahoots with the NFL. God almighty. Because of the NFL's management council. And these players are going to get pissed because, like, the text between Spanos and Bidwell was very, I guess you could say, jovial. There was a bragatory nature about it. It's bragatory a word? Bragatory nature about it, back and forth, like, huh, we got out of that, didn't we? Yeah, man. Awesome. The player's like, hold up, bitch. I'm playing quarterback for your ass right now. This could get interesting. This could get interesting. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time. Before we jump in, make sure you go to our merch store, our Make Basketball Great Again shirt, and our newest shirt that just came out. Both shirts are brand new. The American Flag Skull Fever Enforcer shirt. And use promo code CC22 for 20% off.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.